Good evening and welcome to the Irish Art Show, brought to you from the Scientology Community Centre, Dublin. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be enchanted by the music of the Vegas Trad Band. They are Roy Brennan, a master of electric and double bass, who brings 20 years of musical diversity from Irish trad to rock. Then we have Brendan Connolly, whose musical journey spans 2 decades as the main vocalist with his soulful voice. Rob Chanders Jr., hailing from a traditional musical lineage, boasts over 20 years of multi-instrumental experience. Then Joe Byrne on pipes and fiddle carries a classical heritage, while Niamh Hogan demonstrates her lifelong love of Irish music and song. Get ready for an unforgettable musical journey with the Vegas Trad Band.
Thanks very much. We're going to move swiftly along to an old work ballad about being hard up on your luck.
I'm an ordinary
man, nothing special, nothing grand. Had to work for everything I own, and I never asked for a lot. I was happy with what I got, enough to keep me family in me home. Now they say signs are hard, they hand me cards, say it's not the work to come around. Oh, but when the whistle blows, the place will finally close. Tonight they're going to shut the factory down, and they'll tear it down. So I never missed a day, or went on strike to get their pay. For 20 years I served them best I could, and when a handshake and a check seemed so easy to forget, my loyalty through bad times and good. Now the owner says he's sad, say the things got so bad, the captain in the ministry won't let him look. And he still drives a car, and he smokes a big cigar, and still he takes his family on a cruise. Sure, he'll never lose. And so it seems to me such a cruel irony. He's richer now than here he was before, and as we check his bent, and I can't afford my rent, it's one law for the rich, one for the poor. And every day I try salvage some of my pride to find some work since I might pay my way. Oh, but everywhere I go, now the answer's always no. Sure, there's no work for anyone here today. No work today. And so condemned I stand, just an ordinary man, like thousands beside me in the queue. And as you watch me, darling wife, trying to make the best of life, God knows what me kids are going to do. So now that we are faced with this human waste, a generation cast aside, and for as long as I live, I never will forgive. Sure, you stripped me of dignity and pride, you stripped me bare. You stripped me bare. No work today. No work today.
So the next song that we're going to sing is Chanders Jnr classic called Annie's Song, so you might be familiar with it. So yeah, we'll get started. Grab my pick.
Like a line of water.
So the next song we're going to do is a beautiful Irish ballad called Only Our Rivers Run Free. It's a gorgeous song about longing for freedom, and I hope you enjoy.
When apples still grow in November, when blossoms still bloom on each tree, when leaves are still green in December, it's there that our land will be free. And I wonder still through my sorrow I see a land that has never known freedom, and still only her rivers run free. I drink to the death of her manhood, those men who'd rather have died than to live in the cold chains of bondage, to bring back the rights we're denied. Oh, where are you now when we need you? What burns where the flame used to be? Are you gone with the snow of last winter, and still only her rivers run free? How sweet is the life, but we're crying. How mellow the wine, but it's dry. How fragrant the rose, but it's dying. How gentle the breeze, but it's nice. What good is it youth when it's aging? What joy is in eyes that can't see, when there's sorrow and sunshine and flowers, and still only her rivers run free? When there's sorrow and sunshine and flowers, and still only her rivers run free, and still only her rivers run free.
Next up, we'll do an old song from Niamh's home county of County Clare. It's about a man who went over to America years ago, thought the grass was going to be greener, and it turned out it wasn't. This one's called Spancel Hill. Last night as I lay dreaming, me mind been bent on rambling. To Ireland I did fly. I stepped on board a vision, I followed with the wind, till next I came to anchor at the cross of Spancel Hill.
Living on the 23rd of June, the day before the fair, when Ireland's sons and daughters and grown assemble there. The young, the old, the brave and the bold, their duty to fulfill. They were told young conversations at the cross and Spancel Hill.
I went to see my neighbors just to hear what they might say. The old ones were all dead and gone, the young ones turned grey. Sure, I met the tailor Queenly there, he's as foul as ever still. Sure, he used to mend me breeches when I lived in Spancel Hill.
I paid a flying visit to my first and only love. She's as bright as any lily, and as gentle as the dove. She threw her arms around me, saying, "Johnny, I love you still." Sure, she's now the farmer's daughter, the power of Spancel Hill.
I dreamt I held and kissed her as I'd done before. She said, "Johnny, you're only joking," as many a time before. Well, the cock, he crowed the morning, he crowed out loud as shell, and I awoke in California, miles from Spancel Hill. And I awoke in California, many miles from Spancel Hill. And from that on to something far more pleasant. We'll do an old song about a very heavy session in the Isle of Man. Sure, we're between the railroad stocks, spent evenings getting locked in the east of Hearts, where the heist was for engaging, and over the Buttbridge down by the docks of boats she sailed. 5 o'clock, hurry up now, lads, it's whack, or the forward there will all be back, lads, carry him if you can. The track was 90 in the Isle of Man, and before we reached the Alexander base, the ding-dong we did surely raise. In the bar of the ship we had great sport, the boat she sailed out from the port. Next to right at the Douglas head, inquiring for a vacant bed. To the dining room we then got shown by a decent woman from up that road. Paint that if you can. The crack was 90 in the Isle of Man. Take it away, boy. We went for a ramble round, knew the sights of Douglas town. All went in for a mighty session in a pub they called Dick Darby's. Must have been drunk by 3:30. Sober up, went swimming in the sea and back to the digs for the spruce up. While waiting for the fry, we all drew up our plan. The crack was 90 in the Isle of Man. And Short Bennett was off to the Texas bar. Came back down by horse and car. Met Big Jim and we all went in for to drink some wine and ales. Those Liverpool ladies, it was said, were all to be found in the Douglas head. Big Shane was there in tie and shirt with the foreign girls he was trying to flirt. And here goes I'm your man. The correct was 90 in the Isle of Man. Take it on home, mate. So Whacker fancied his good looks. An Isleman woman he was struck. A Liverpool lad was by her side, pegging the jar into her. And Whacker said he'd take a chance. He asked the queer one out to dance, and around the floor they stepped. And to act it was no bother, everything was going to plan. The correct was 90 in the Isle of Man. So the Isleman woman, she fancy whack, but her billow waited until his mates came back. And whack, they all whacked into whack. Poor whack was landed on his back. Douglas police arrived as well, banjoed a couple of us as well. All ended up in the Douglas tail till the Dublin boat did set sail, deported every man. The crack was 90 in the Isle of Man. And yes, the crack was 90 in the Isle of Man.
Wow, I really enjoy that. For me, the combination of mystery and mystical sound, just fantastic, and a wonderful group of people all coming together to create that magic. And so I'm really, really looking forward to interviewing both Roy and Niamh and see how it all came together. So you're very welcome to the Irish Art Show. It's so good to have you here.
Thank you.
How are you getting on?
Thanks for having us. Delighted to be here.
You're very, very welcome.
Thank you.
Wonderful sound, you all together. It's an incredible sound.
Well, thanks very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're delighted to be here. Thanks for having us on the Irish Art Show.
You're welcome. And obviously, Roy, I think you're one of the well, not the leaders, but you started at one of the beginners, should I say, at this this band. Am I right?
Yes, yes, correct. Yeah, we're certainly not strangers. I've played with Brennan, Connolly and Chanders Jnr. for probably 12 or 13 years.
Yeah.
And then we parted ways, and the lads still carried on the traditional Irish music. I've been playing with other bands over the years, but we've reconnected since before COVID. And then obviously things went to an abrupt stop. But yeah, so Vegas Trad started probably late 2018, start of 2019. The name, I suppose, originates.
I was just about to ask you, where did the name come?
Yeah, Vegas Trad. It wouldn't be exactly
You were in
what
Vegas,
we were
was
gonna
it?
pick. We wish we were playing. We've actually got a few emails from people thinking we are in Vegas and would we play in a certain convention for them.
That sounds exciting.
It's a pity that didn't fly us over, but now and then the budget wasn't there. I play in a wedding band called Vegas Nights.
I've heard of Vegas Nights.
Yes, so we
So we all do weddings here.
We all do
the wedding
weddings.
dream team, huh?
Yes, this is it. And so we set up a couple of bands kind of catering, say, for drinks receptions or day twos. But it was mainly swing and jazz that we were doing.
I actually saw that because I do a lot of jazz and swing, and I kind of thought you probably won't be doing it today. It's great to have a combination of genres of music, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And while I enjoy that, I did think that traditional Irish music would be fantastic to offer as part of drinks receptions packages or a day two after wedding parties. And so I approached Brendan and Rob about maybe starting up a group to be able to offer that. And it's offered under the Vegas Nights brand, I suppose. So hence the name Vegas Trad.
I actually think that's a great idea, because I think also, brides and grooms, they kind of like to go to a one-stop shop for their music and maybe only be dealing with one person, but they're getting offered all these services and suppliers along the way, but under the one umbrella. I think it's really
absolutely,
good. Yeah.
rather than having to deal with
maybe,
two or three.
Yeah, exactly. And I always think as well that if you have if they arrive at the ceremony, say the ceremony, the wedding ceremony, they're going to be there for the rest of the day. Yes, you're not thinking, I wonder will the band turn up tonight.
Yeah, that's one of the problems, having to wait around.
So how did you two meet then? Obviously, or you met someone in the band, and how did you come along, Niamh?
Yeah, so I do wedding singing as well, ceremony singing, and then I loved the lads' music. I actually reached out to them a few times just saying, your music is great, and just said, maybe would you like to record a video sometime, just because I loved their sound and thought they were really good. And yeah, then I remember getting an email from them one day and jumping around my room, and they said, would you like to actually be a member in the band? And it was amazing. Yeah, it was great. So then I joined Rob and Brendan and Roy and Joe, and yeah, it's such a privilege to play with them. I'm sure everyone sees they're amazing musicians, and I learned so much from them all the time, and they're lovely lads as well. So I'm so delighted to be with them.
The privilege is all ours now, in fairness.
I love the excitement of that you're enjoying working, and you can always see that on stage. I always say that musicians are not getting on stage, and no matter how good they are, you can see it a mile off.
Yeah.
So you need people that actually enjoy working together.
Definitely, and I've only been with the lads maybe 6 or 9 months now, but it's great crack as well. Like, we have so much fun rehearsing and playing music together, and I always love if I give them a song that I like doing and they start just playing. They're so talented, so you can make amazing music in the space of seconds, and it's really amazing when it all comes together and you hear it. It's really lovely.
To be honest, I'm looking at you out front. I think the female element adds really a nicer, and I don't mean nicer, but a softer, should I say, a softer image to you all. This, it just looks amazing, the whole thing together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was a good idea, Roy.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well done to you, send that email. I won't have done you sending it.
Like you mentioned there, you'd often have couples who would book the Vegas Nights brand for their entire wedding, so from ceremony to drinks
Package,
reception, yes, the entirety of it. And we would do some ceremonies where they'd be asking for traditional Irish music, and we would make it clear to them that we don't do any singing, like gospel singing or psalms or hymns or anything like that. But you would get asked for it, so it's important, and we have someone that's able to do that.
Yeah, it definitely works even for me also. The people love trad, and loads of people ask for trad, and it's great to be able to, as Roy said, like, provide that to people, and people love booking everything together, so it works really well. Yeah,
and it's funny because like that, because of what we do, like I would do all genres like yourselves, but I've never actually touched on trad, and I've learned so much about trad since presenting the show. And I just love the stories and even the heritage and the history of some of the songs. So obviously then you have what would you think is more, well, obviously trad is very popular in Ireland. So you're offering really everything you're offering maybe jazz or pop or.
Yes, we offer everything. So in the ceremony music, you could be asked to play anything really.
Sure.
We've been asked to play Bob Marley as a trad band, which is a bit strange, but and then we'd offer the jazz swing if that's what people are looking for, and then obviously the evening entertainment, and then day 2 after parties. Weddings these days tend to be 2 or 3 day events.
They are actually.
Rather than just the one.
So how did you start? Did you start with Vegas Nights or?
Vegas Nights.
So that's how you started.
Yes. Yeah.
How long are Vegas Nights? They're going a good while now, aren't they?
Vegas Nights are probably going 20 plus years.
Yeah. Great name as well. Both the names, Vegas Trad and Vegas Nights, like.
Yes.
Really good band names.
Yeah, Vegas Nights is has nights in big Vegas style lights up on the stage and stuff. So it's an impressive stage setup. We're looking to get the same ourselves. We're just waiting for the lights to be built.
And were you always trad?
Yeah, I always loved trad music. I think the first song I ever learned was Ellis Island. That was the first song I learned in school. I think I was about 9 years old, and I remember coming home in the car with my mom one day from Ennis and telling her, I learned a song, can I sing it for you? And Mom said, yeah, sing it, and I sang it, and she said, oh, you can sing, so we used to go to a pub in Milltown Malvern, it was full of trad music, and visit my dad's uncle, and they used to always make me sing it in the pub on a Sunday, so then from that, like, my love of trad grew. I always sang in session kyols in Ennistimon, and the Kyols branch were great, always giving you opportunities to sing, a song, and I love Mary Black, Cara Dillon, Niamh Farrell, like all those those songs. And I love all music as well, but I love putting, particularly with the ceremony music as well, and ourselves as the band as well, you can put a traditional twist on anything, you know, even any song there today, you kind of have a trad style on it. So I love that kind of, that's really my style, is kind of traditional Irish with a modern day twist or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
because we've actually had musicians in here, like trad musicians, that have come in and played something like Freed from Desire or something. They like played a bit of, you know, like dance music with a trad sound. And I'm like that's. I think it's like that new sound, maybe a new era of trad as well, where
Definitely,
you want to keep some of the other people that maybe mightn't necessarily be into trad as just kind of. But there have been guests that said, I started off singing pop, but then I realised that trad was way more popular. Oh, I should have thought about that.
I think definitely with people living abroad as well, a lot of brides from Australia and grooms, and you know, people for gigs and stuff as well, they love coming home and having their wedding at home and having the trad music, and it just brings it all back to their youth probably and growing up and that. So it's lovely to be able to do that music. And I think we all love it as well. So it's, you know, we really enjoy doing it. So it's great, yeah.
And how did you expand from the 3 to the 5? So the 3-piece band, could it be 6 next or 10 next? I mean, is it going to keep getting bigger and bigger?
I don't think anybody else will fit in the car or the van at this stage. So yeah, if 5, I think is the max we're going to get. I suppose myself, Brendan and Rob know Joe Byrne locally. Fantastic musician on the pipes. And on the fiddle, and we wanted to expand to be able to play more instrumental music and play kind of session music. So we brought Joe in for that. So we're delighted that Joe was able to join us because he's a busy man in his own right. He teaches full time. So then, as I said, Niamh had actually reached out to us, I think, through Instagram, and we said we would get around to recording. Yes, so we were delighted again to have Niamh on board, and as you say, it just adds to the mix of instruments and the songs and assemblies that we're able to do, you know.
And what came first for you, Niamh, guitar or fiddle?
So I learned the fiddle first with Sinead O'Reilly in the Hinch. She was fantastic. And as I said, I started to play in the session Coles and in Ennistimon. And then from that, then my parents, I can thank my parents for, they always supported me with music growing up and bringing me to lessons and that. But my mum and dad bought me my first guitar from little, I think, when I was maybe 11 or 12. And yeah, it was a six-string plastic strings, but I think I might have drove them mad playing the same kind of things. But yeah, I taught myself on the guitar through YouTube and that, and by ear as well, I suppose, a lot of it. And yeah, so started with the fiddle, and yeah, I took the fiddle out of the dusty case when I joined the lads, but I'm not very confident on it, but it's great to be back playing it again now. And
you looked confident when you
learning the
picked it up and
tunes
put it
again.
under your chin. I thought that looks confident to me.
I'm sure Mum and Dad will be happy all the money they put into the lessons and go to
They'll be looking for payback.
Yeah, so yeah, I love them both, but yeah, I love the guitar and that, so it's great, yeah.
And you know that's what we need in this business, because it's not as easy as people think. It is a kind of a hard business at times, but yeah, we love it.
Yeah.
But we need support from family.
Absolutely, yeah. I couldn't have done without my mum and dad, and they're always so supportive, and all my teachers in school. Just Judy, my teacher, was lovely as well, and I always had really good support from everyone, and definitely helps you along the way. Yeah, so it's great.
And what about you, Roy? What instrument did you start with?
I started with the bass when I was about 15, the electric bass.
I'd say you were slapping that bass good already.
Well, I was trying to. Yeah.
Who were you trying to be?
Yeah.
Had you somebody that you were watching on?
Yeah, I think we set up a band in school, and basically I was left out of it at first, and the only instrument left was bass, because nobody wanted to play bass. So I ended up stuck with it, and I ended up getting lessons in it then for a few years. So and stuck with the bass. So.
But I think when you bring out that big bass, you know, it has there's a kind of it has a real cool look, hasn't it?
It does, yeah. The part of bringing it around isn't the easiest, but yeah, I often wish I'd played the tin whistle or something that I could put in my back pocket. But
the tin whistle,
yeah, I have to get quite a large car to be able to bring it around.
I think if you could get one that you can maybe cut into 3 pieces, you know, that comes apart, you know, they like folds into 3 pieces.
I do actually have that one.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah, there's a Yamaha silent bass.
No,
That's what I usually bring around with me. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go now.
I thought I was inventing something there. I didn't realise there was one.
Looks like the skeleton of a double bass, the
So
outline.
it's good.
Yeah, it does the exact same.
Does it sound the same?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you notice that it's 3 pieces?
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You take it apart, put it back together.
But if you put it back together, can you notice? Slightly.
No.
No.
Well, yeah. It just looks like the outline of a
Wow.
of a double bass.
I'd actually
but
love to see that.
It's more portable, transportable around, you know. So.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah,
there you go
there
now.
you go. Anything to make my life a bit easier, you know.
And what I was going to say, what's next? Well, obviously, because you know all the different bands going on, which is a good thing as
Yes.
well. But what's next for you? First, Roy, and then over to you, Niamh. What would you like to achieve next?
For Vegas Trad, certainly get some recordings with Niamh. We have to certainly get that in. So we'll be in the studio quite a bit over the next 6 months of that recording if we can, and then just to get busier. That's really it, you know. I suppose COVID set everybody back musically wise.
sure.
You know, there was nothing going on at all. So it's we're just hoping to build some momentum over the next year
Yeah.
plus, you know.
And you?
Yeah, as I said, I'm just delighted to be playing with the lads. It's great, and yeah, just doing more ceremonies together. I think we'd love to maybe develop the trad for the ceremonies and provide that to people. You know, to have that available in the drinks receptions, and yeah, looking forward to picking some songs and getting some content and getting it out there for everyone to see and hopefully enjoy. So yeah.
And selling some CDs.
Yes, hopefully, yeah.
Little table in the
It's only
corner.
yeah. We get a few CDs burned off. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. have both of them there. You know.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I love it. So listen, it's been an absolute pleasure interviewing you both. Thank you so much for coming here this evening, and just even being with you and enjoying your space. And thanks for coming. Before you go, I'd like you to tell me about your social media. So maybe I'll get Niamh to start this time, and then you start. So go ahead.
Yeah, so you can find us on all the social platforms. So Instagram, Facebook.
You put your name, but you know, is it Niamh Hogan? Yes.
Yeah, so I do ceremony singing myself. So I have my page is Niamh Hogan Music, and then.
Yeah, so we're on Facebook and Instagram as
No.
Vegas Trad. So we're TikTok as well.
Are you on TikTok?
We've ventured
Getting
into TikTok.
yeah.
Yes, and we have the website then. It's vegastrad.ie. You find us on
Excellent.
that. So.
And YouTube as well if you want to see more. Yeah. Yeah.
I set up TikTok. It didn't do anything on it, and then realised I needed a bit of space in my phone, so took the app off because I haven't put it back. But it is actually getting quite popular. You're right.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
You're
You'd
right.
have a lot more people contacting us through social media now than
Yeah.
you would through the websites or the traditional
It is
forms
true,
of
isn't it? I
ringing
think-
you or sending emails.
Yeah. Even watching you on Instagram, people kind of can see a lot of content fairly quickly.
Yeah,
You know.
it's important, I suppose, to have that. Otherwise, you're
Yeah.
kind of invisible.
You're at home.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
It gives you a feel of what you're getting as well and
Yeah.
what to expect.
A bit of your
And,
personality, I
It's
think,
nice,
yeah.
to
It is, yeah.
showcase
It
your
is.
personality online. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes. Well, it's been a pleasure, and thank you so much.
thank you.
So
Thank
there you
you.
go,
Thanks for
ladies
having
and
us.
gentlemen. Thank you so much to Vegas Trad and Vegas Nights, Niamh Hogan and all the gang. Thank you so much. We've had a wonderful show with them. They're absolutely fantastic. Check them out. And on behalf of myself, Angel, and the crew, we'll see you all again next week. Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you.